You see, I don't know if Vontez Burfict was evil or just like raised incorrectly and didn't know how to play football in the modern era. Because honestly, the way Vontez Burfict played football would have been probably appropriate for the 1970s, 80s, even the 90s, early 2000s. But the way Burfict played football, he was out there to injure people, which before Bountygate was kind of a thing in the NFL. They didn't really do anything about hits to the head or anything like that. They were just like, yep, yeah, just whatever. As long as it didn't look like you were actually out there head hunting, they didn't say anything. So Burfict might have had a problem if he acted the exact same way he did with the constant hits to the head and everything and the ankle twisting. But if he was just an aggressive football player, that's what football was. Football used to be all about putting your team at an advantage by putting the other team at a disadvantage. And the easiest way to do that was to just knock the other guy out. I'm honestly surprised teams don't have a dude on the defense who's just like, all right, your job is to go out there and give the number one wide receiver a concussion on the other team. Yeah, I know you're going to get a 15-yard penalty and you're going to get ejected, but they're going to be down their number one player for the rest of the game, so we should have an advantage. But I think there's a gentleman's agreement to say that you don't do that because, obviously, if you do that, then the other team's going to do that. It's sort of like how if you throw at a player in the bat as a pitcher, then you know that one of your players is going to get thrown at, especially if you throw at a star player. Like, honestly, like, if you throw at Ty France, nobody's going to notice because Ty France just gets hit by a pitch every other 5 seconds. But if you throw at Aaron Judge and you're the Dodgers and you're playing the Yankees, you know Ohtani is going to get plunked. Freeman's going to get plunked. So you don't do it because you don't want to lose those guys. So that's probably why they don't do that in football these days. But back in the day, it wasn't like that. You would just go out there and you would just be like, I want to give my team the biggest advantage I can, and one of the ways I can do that is by being very violent. Like, look at some of the players on the '85 Bears. Some of those players on the '85 Bears, they would have gotten felonies for the way they play football. Now, Burfict never got a felony for the way he played football, but the '85 Bears, if they played football in the modern era, they would be getting arrested. The ref would be like, personal foul. Number 85, defense, 15-yard penalty. Number 85 has been disqualified and asked to go with the sheriff because he is under arrest for felony assault and battery. And it wouldn't have been pretty, and everybody would have been upset. This is sort of like what happened with Todd Bertuzzi in the NHL in like 2004, where he actually got arrested for felonious assault on the ice. But yeah, I don't think Vontez Burfict was evil. I think Vontez Burfict was a product of not really knowing how to play football with the aggression that he had. And just, well, I mean, yeah, we can definitely say he was dirty based on the standards of the NFL at the time. But evil? No. And unable to actually deal with consequences to learn? Yeah, that's also a thing. But evil? Nah. Plus, you got to remember, he probably had a ton of CTE, too. He probably has as much CTE as Antonio Brown.